Ano ai ke aloha ia kākou. Thank you for being with us in this space together I keia kakahiaka. Today, Governor Green will be signing several bills that will address the needs of those on the Department of Hawaiian Homeland's wait list, ensure equitable access to education and resources specifically for Hawaiian immersion education, and more. Facilitated questions and answers with the media will follow promptly after remarks conclude, and the formal bill signing will commence shortly thereafter. Without further ado, it is my privilege to welcome Governor Josh Green.
Aloha, aloha. Good to see everyone. Thank you for coming today. This is actually really a great time of the year because we're celebrating, as I've said a couple times, a lot of collaboration on super meaningful legislation that moves our state forward. And I'm going to get to express a profound mahalo to my legislative colleagues first. Senator Kehokalole, you led on these bills once again. Fantastic. Thank you. Representative Holt, same thing, brother. Thank you for this and for all of our teams and committee chairs and committee members. A huge mahalo to move the ball down the field on so many issues. So let me share a few things that we're going to talk about today. Today is our signing for bills that are supporting DHHL and the Native Hawaiian communities, which is really all of us in different ways. So that's what our focus is. Let's pop over to the next slide. So Senate Bill 3109, which is where we're going to head quite quickly, is an important piece of legislation. Now, big picture, okay, we're celebrating how we're approaching land with DHHL, and I'm just so grateful to you, Kali, for the extremely hard work. You inherited a lot of pretty large mandates and things that we are grateful to do, but so much work fell into your lap. So we're going to talk about language today. We're going to talk about land, and we're going to talk about values. But now let's talk about this bill specifically. So 3109, right? What does it do? It's meant to tackle the wait list, providing housing to beneficiaries. And you know, a lot of people out there think it's easy, it's hard. But we want to make sure that the beneficiaries just simply get their land. And Kali wakes up every day trying to find that path. So this bill does a couple things. It extends the $600 million special fund that the legislature, in extreme generosity, gave us to develop housing, purchase land. But it's difficult in just the climate of Hawaii to build and to develop. So they're giving us, and they're giving us some grace time to work on that. And we will continue to work completely hand in hand with the legislature as they advise and as Kali advises me. It explores revenue generating opportunities from some beneficiary lands too, because we want to take input. And I know that there are many different thought leaders and there are many different voices out there that we try to find a way to come together on. That's what the goal of that bill is. So Kali's done a wonderful job encumbering funds, best of our ability, but we have some work to do. So that's what we're going to be doing going forward. We're also going to do what we can to protect the interests of all beneficiaries based on the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act. Again, I take my lead from the community and from our team, so thank you for that. Let's pop over to the next bill, HB 2074. This bill, very important, $3.5 million appropriation for Kaiapuni educators and curriculum personnel. That's fantastic. Language is the spine of culture, really. And if we can't protect and support our Hawaiian immersion schools, we probably won't make it, culturally. So that is extraordinary. Are you guys at the immersion schools? No? Okay, well, I'm not thanking you. I appreciate you, though, for whatever. Oh, thank you. Mahalo. Okay, guys. So this mandates the DOE to develop a comprehensive strategic plan. And, again, we're catching up on some things. I would never impugn previous members of the leadership team. Just everyone's going to catch up where they can, where their priorities are. This is a priority for us. So thank you for that. It's monitoring also academic success for 1,400 students. And we really want to be supportive. So that is incredibly important to us. let's see, we're expanding. There's like a 60% increase, I'm told, in the number of individuals in the programs and enrollment. And if that's not a sign of success and commitment, I don't know what is. So fabulous. Next bill, Senate Bill 2937, permanent exemptions for the College of Hawaiian Language. So this makes permanent the exemption for the College of Hawaiian Languages at Hilo from English medium standards. It's important, right? So again, you kind of got to put your money where your mouth is. And so I think that's what's happening. I think there's going to constantly be work to support Hawaiian language. And after all, it is one of our languages, right, for our state, period. So I'm grateful that we're doing this. So thank you, Chair, again. And Senate Bill 2937, access to learning. Did I already get to that, the rest of that bill? Yeah, we're going to now pop over to one more, 2659. And this is, I think, the last bill that I'm going to describe, maybe one more. This is regenerative tourism. As everyone knows, when we switched over the administrations, there was a conflict about how to address tourism. We have all been concerned about over-tourism and tourism that was not regenerative, that it was actually degenerative. And we made sure that we got our act together, and now we have both tourism promotion and tourism management from a cultural perspective. This is a continuous commitment to that. So this is going to modernize our functional plan that helps align all sorts of things. We are not just aligning tourism and culture, but we're also trying to blend it with our state's climate and sustainability plan. And if we don't do that, we won't have, we just won't have a Hawaii. So that's what this work is. That's why I'm thankful, not just to a small member of the committees, but to the whole body of the Senate and the House. It takes significant steps towards cultural sensitivity, sustainability. It makes us more equitable. And, Jamie's in my ear a lot about this, about not co-opting culture for other people's gains. And I think that is something that we have to really acknowledge. So I'm just grateful to be a small part of these bills. We're also going to hear from the experts who wrote the bills, and there are other bills even being signed today, regulating archaeologic activities. We have a bill relating to the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act, and there are some other measures that we'll also be signing today. But I just wanted to make sure everyone knows we're totally committed to working together at all times. And there are many layers to this, whether it was FESPAC or as we recover from Maui, making sure that Moku'ula goes back to the people of Maui, and that we totally respect everyone's mana'o on all of these issues. My hope is that after a few years, people realize that that's in my heart. So thank you for being here today. Thank you, guys, and I will turn the podium over.
Mahalo, Governor. At this time, I'd like to introduce Senator Jarrett Kehokalole, co-chair of the Native Hawaiian Legislative Caucus.
Aloha. Thank you again, Governor, for putting this together today and for signing all the bills. That's the most important part. In 1993, in Kaneohe, Ke Kulakaiapuni o Pu'ohala was founded at Pu'ohala Elementary School down the road, well, across the stream from where I grew up and from our family's ancestral lands and up the street from where I live now. My brother started there as a second grader in the first class, and in the following year, they expanded out the school, Kaipuni, to include kindergartners, and my younger brother started in the kindergarten class. I was in the fourth grade, didn't have a class available. I never enrolled in Kaipuni because I was too old. And so the credit for the Senate's participation and passage of this bill is something that I'm very grateful for and makes me look back on that time and the work of the community, the papamakua, the parents in Kaneohe, the community and the parents at Waiau, which was the only school, immersion school, Kaipuni on Oahu at the time, and the leaders from Hilo who have been at this for 40 years or more. So grateful to be here and speak on behalf of really the Education Chair, Senator Kidani, who is not able to make it today, but is the primary person responsible in the Senate for making this bill a reality. It's just another step. It's not, the panacea. It's just another step in the process, as is the bill today to extend out the $600 million appropriation to DHHL, which was, and I think still is, maybe the proudest piece of legislation that I've ever been a part of. It is the most significant state contribution to the Department of Hawaiian Homelands in history. The Hawaiian Homes Commission Act was actually passed by Congress, not by the state of Hawaii. We were a territory at the time. So, that appropriation after COVID to dedicate so much of the post-COVID surplus to Native Hawaiians and to fulfilling the obligation that we as state residents agreed on as part of the deal to become, as part of the admission into the union, because that was the deal. We get to be a state if we take on the responsibilities of the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act. So to be a part of that in 2022 was just a great, great honor. And it's all for nothing if that money lapses before the department is allowed to spend it out. So Governor, thank you also. And obviously to the co-chair of the Native Hawaiian Caucus, Daniel Holt, and our colleagues from the House. Cully has done a good job. And he deserves, and the department and the commission have been nimble, but they've been aggressive and responsible with the money. It's not always been easy, and the community doesn't always agree on the path forward. The beneficiaries deserve the right, as the governor said, to have input, to have a say in how that money is facilitated. But ultimately, I think the department deserves the time necessary to make sure that we spend that money in the interest of the waitlisters. I represent Kaneohe and Kailua, which has, of the Senate, the 25 Senate districts in Hawaii, by far the highest population of waitlisters to homesteaders, because there are no homesteads in my district. All I have is 25,000 Native Hawaiians, the vast majority of which are either waitlisters or are the children or grandchildren of waitlisters. So this is something that I'm also very, very grateful for. And finally, I'll stop there. Just truly appreciative of the governor and the governor's team for putting all these bills together on one day, so we all can come and be together and witness the signature of them all. So thank you very much. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Senator Kehokalole. Now, please welcome Representative Daniel Holt, co-chair of the Native Hawaiian Legislative Caucus.
Aloha and good morning, everybody. What a great day to be here today. I don't think a few years back when Senator Kehokalole and I started this caucus that we'd be so successful in the things that we've accomplished over the past few years. To continue talking about the DHHL appropriation and the extension of the deadline to use the funds. I think Director Watson has done such a great job coming to the table with a lot of other partners and putting a lot of options on the table. He just showed me a piece of paper with all these projects that we now need more funding for. So we've created a new problem where we need more funding to continue these projects, but it's a great problem to have. The waitlisters can actually see results coming. They have hope that they can finally move into a homestead one day, and it's just been great to see all the progress that's been done. The Kaiopuni bill is very special to me as well. Short story, I remember when I was 5 years old and I first went out to play soccer, and 3 of our kids on our team were all Kaiopuni kids, but they're all running around speaking Hawaiian to each other, and I was so jealous. I didn't understand what was going on. And, I'm still friends with them today. I still remember them, Keola Marks, Makala Nauau, and, one of my good friends, Laiana Kanoa Wong, who does a lot of great work for our Kaiopuni community. And I just want to thank all the people who have been doing this work for so long. Me and Senator Kehokalole are just the conduits here at the legislature. So thank you guys very much for doing all the hard work. We have so many great advocates out there. If you guys look at all the testimony, we had about 100 pieces of testimony every time this bill was heard, which is unheard of. It's just I didn't put out any calls. I don't think Senator did. It's just naturally from the community because they know how important this is. To add so much money towards specific education of our Hawaiian language, which is definitely the life of our culture. It's very important that we have this, and it's just a great day. I want to thank the governor. I want to thank our House and Senate education chairs, Representative Woodson and Senator Kidani, just to allow us to be here today to provide these opportunities for the kids of Hawaii. We do have 2 official languages, and it's important that we live up to our deal and fund these programs so that all of our keiki have the opportunity to learn Hawaiian language. That's all I have. It's just great to see everybody here in the room today. I know we have a couple more issues on the bills being signed today, but just want to thank everybody so much. I look forward to back being here next year to sign a bunch of Hawaiian bills. So thank you everybody for being here today, and mahalo.
Mahalo, Representative Holt. Next, please welcome Kali Watson, Director of the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and Chair of the Hawaiian Homes Commission.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank the governor as well as the legislators as well as all of you out there. Part of the whole thing with this program is, I guess, informing mostly our beneficiaries of things that are happening in the program so they can start to not only dream about having a homestead of their own, but more importantly, getting active in preparing for that day. Recently, we used some of the funds from Act 279 to start our first project on Maui in Waikapu, the Piohona project, involving the awarding of 52 leases. And I got to say, it was a very, very emotional event. We had one individual that had been waiting on the wait list for 40 years. She was in a wheelchair. And, that just is reflective to me of the failure of the program in actively performing its function, carrying out its fiduciary duty in making the program move forward. You got the Kalima case, where not only a sad fact is about a third of the plaintiffs have already passed away. So the $328 million, is that worth it? Not really, because there's a loss of an individual's joy and experience of having a homestead. Granted, their beneficiaries will take their place, but the reality is we have so many people dying on our wait list. So we have to really, really get active. We're getting active by, and we've identified 28 projects. We've encumbered about $471 million of the $600 million. Thanks to the legislature, we have another 2 years to encumber the remaining $129 million. We are looking at generating close to 6,000 additional homesteads. So it's a very active program. We're not through yet. We are aggressively pursuing federal fundings and other funding sources. I have to thank the counties who have stepped up in providing CIP funds, including some new lands maybe in Kailua. So things are happening. I'm excited. And again, I thank you all for being here. Aloha.
Very tall kane. Mahalo, Director Watson. Up next, I'd like to introduce Ka'u Kimura, Director of Kahaka Ula o Ke'elikolani College of Hawaiian Language at the University of Hawaii at Hilo.
From the tallest to the shortest. Eke kia aina green, kene koa ke hokalole, luna maka aina na Holt. Amen, ahua kako o apau i a kua I ke ia kakahiaka, aloha nui oko. In 2019, the Hawaii Supreme Court affirmed through Article 10, Section 4 of Hawaii's state constitution that imposes a duty on the state to provide for educational programming focused on the revival of our language. And so it follows that as we continue these revitalization efforts, accomplishing our goal of a living language here in Hawaii, its native language, and yes, one of 2 official languages of the state, this will depend on the contribution of many, and particularly those of you here in these halls at our state government. We extend our mahalo nui loa I nā hua kūpa'a Yaoi Governor Green, Senator Kehokalole, Representative Holt. And I also want to acknowledge efforts of Speaker Scott Saiki, who's not here, Senator Drew Kanuha, our Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke, all of their staff, and the many other legislators through the course of supporting SB 2937 this past legislative session, helping shepherd it through to becoming law today. Act 46, which was passed back in 2020, created new pathways and opportunities for providing access to quality early childhood education for all of Hawaii's keiki, English-speaking and Hawaiian alike. Key to ensuring a quality Hawaiian language education experience focused on language revitalization is being able to provide and prioritize fluency. Therefore, the requirements, standards, and assessments that we set for determining educational success must be done through a lens that is focused on achieving this success through fluency in Hawaiian, an outcome that is precluded if these programs are subject to English medium measures. So SB 2937 repeals a date in Act 46 on the exemption of these early childcare or childhood Hawaiian language programs, specifically the programs relating to our College of Hawaiian Language, Kahakaula o Ke'elikolani, which include our Punanaleo preschools throughout the state of Hawaii and our laboratory schools. These exemptions are from English standards, assessments, and requirements, allowing us to continue using the measures being created specifically for our keiki, our ohana, and our limahana, pursuing academic excellence through Olelo Hawaii. I also want to express our gratitude and appreciation for the support of HB 2074, which provides much needed resources to our Kulakaya Puni and the growth that we're experiencing in those programs as well. Ano laila, e nā hoa kupa'a he leo mahalo, keia alulike ana, keia imilike ana o kako no ka pono o nā keiki a me nā kaya Olelo Hawaii a pau o Hawaii nei no. Mahalo.
At this time, I'd like to invite Governor Green, our state legislators, and any key stakeholders to come up to the podium for the formal bill signing, subsequent picture taking, and potentially mele to close us out. Mahalo.
I'm going to sign right here. I know I'll sign. Yeah. Just huddle this way. Okay, swap them.
You want to come right here?
Yeah. So again, mahalo everyone for all the work. First bill is Senate Bill 3109. This is the Hawaiian Homeland Legislation spending the $600 million. So fabulous work, everybody. Mahalo.
Right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much. So this is relating to Kaipuni education.
Yes.
Again,
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, relating to access to learning. This is statute for the university.
Right here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, yes, I think you can do the last one. All right, next stop. We told the 10th meeting anyway, so we're good. And then finally, relating to regenerative tourism, I just am glad that everyone's working so well together to have the plan. And it's day in and day out. I know that that's an effort, but yeah, the process is really good. Thanks, everybody.
And this concludes our bill signing for today. Mahalo, everyone, and ina mai kai.
Thanks, guys.
Come around and hold hands. Can everybody come around the half moon and hold hands?
He's much older than you. Yeah, give him much older. Is that what she's doing? What are you doing?
Yep, that's my kai. Yep. Just hold hands. Link up.
I think she wants to. Oh, hold it. Yes. Oh, okay. Incredible job.
Thank you.
Sees it in the right way. It's nice to recognize it's going well. I'm not even sure. Yes, but yes, I know that.